Are you finding that your jawline is almost literally disappearing into your neck? Well, it may not be saggy skin, it may be because of your fascia. And when it gets restricted, particularly around this masseter muscle here, it actually starts to restrict and pull down. So in today's video, we're going to do a great fascia release. So we're literally working on the hinge parts of the masseter muscle, really releasing any tight tension, any tight fascia, particularly if you clench your teeth, or even if you're just eating on one side and then you're slightly out of balance. And then we're going to finish off with the all-important lymphatic drainage release. So first things first, obviously you want to start off with clean skin, and I am, as always, using a facial oil. It's really important that you've got a little bit of slip and glide, so you're not compromising the skin by dragging and pulling at it, particularly if you have older skin. We start to use collagen, you could say, and elastin, so you really want to have something so it's really just protecting the skin, and also whatever you do apply to your skin is going to penetrate in even better and deeper. So we're just applying all along the jawline and then just down by the side of the ears here, and then we're just going to place a little bit of the oil behind the ears and just down either side of the neck, down this bigger SEM muscle. Now this is going to be a great masseter melt. So we're going to take one hand, and you can use it as an anchor so you're not dragging or pulling. And then we're going to take the knuckles on the other hand, and then we're going to start between the ear and that cheekbone here, from the top of that masseter muscle, and we're gently going to pull down very slowly, medium touch, so we're really helping release that fascia. And then we're going to do a jawline sort of sweep, if you like, so moving then the other way. So taking our hands, placing it above our cheekbone here, taking our knuckles here, just where that bone is here, maybe just a little bit more because the fascia can get stuck to the bone. We want to really pull that away. And then very slowly, just gently kind of working our way along, medium touch with our knuckles. And you want it really nice and slow, and you want your mouth and your jaw to be nice and relaxed at first. Slowly working down. You may find one or two little tensor points all the way to the jawline. And then let's do this one more time here, again where the bone is, fingers as an anchor so we're not dragging or pulling at the skin, starting on the bone and very slowly with the knuckles and moving slowly and mindful all the way along. Again, relaxing the jawline all the way down, nice masseter muscle melt. And then once we've done that, let's now work on to the other side. So again, fingers just above that cheekbone area, and then we're just taking our knuckles. If you want, you can just take one knuckle and work down, or with me, I'm just taking a couple. And then you're starting, and then you're moving from that bone here. So unsticking any tight fascia on that bone, very slow, medium touch here, all the way down, melting any tight adhesions until you get to the bottom of the jawline, and then again to the top. Again, if you like, you can just take your, I'll just demonstrate with one knuckle here so you can actually see, and then just very gently, slowly and lightly come all the way down. All the way to the jawline. And then once we've done that, just give it a little massage out. Nice circular motions. We've worked very hard on the jawline area here. And that masseter muscle. Again, releasing any tension around this area. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do something we've just done, but whilst we're coming down, we're slowly going to open up our mouth as well. Again, keeping the rest of the face nice and relaxed, shoulders back so you're not hunching over. So again, now we're taking our fingers, placing it just above that cheekbone, taking our knuckles just to where the bone is, and then slowly, medium touch, doing that lovely melting action again, nice and slow. And then once we reach just past where the back teeth would be, halfway down the ears, you want to then slowly open up your mouth. All the way to the jawline, and then again we'll do this twice, and you may feel a different sensation when you're doing this, slightly more intense. So from the cheekbone, working away nice and slow, get to that part where the teeth are, the back teeth are, and then slowly open the mouth. Until you get to the end of that sort of masseter muscle, that jawline here at the end here. And then let's start on the other side. Fingers just above the cheekbone, taking our fingers, and again, starting just above the bone. First of all, nice and relaxed jawline, coming down. And then when we reach almost that sort of, you can feel where the back teeth are, you want to slowly open the mouth. And one last time. Let's get to the back teeth, open the mouth. And then after that, just give us a nice little rub. Really, round circular motions worked really deeply within this area here, really helping release that fascia. So because we've worked calming down, we're now going to work across from the jawline, the mandible first, and then we're going to work all the way along. And again, we're doing another fascia melt, so placing our hand onto our chin, placing our fingers. Again, you can work this way, so you've got 2 or 3, or you could just use one finger here, sort of almost the knuckle, which I'll demonstrate. Place the other hand onto the chin, and then just slowly and mindfully work all the way along the top of the jawline. Again, this is a medium touch. You want to be slightly heavy on this. You don't want to drag at the skin, but we're just melting and softening all of that fascia here. Any adhesions, and just going all the way along. And then on the other side, finger as an anchor from the chin, and then just slowly work all the way along. Now you can do these, I like to do these 2 or 3 times a week, and you can, obviously you can spend more time or less time, obviously depending on how much time you have. But if you do a couple of rounds 3 times a week, you should find everything will start to soften. Let's just do this one last time with this exercise. So then we're 2 on each side again. So again, fingers, taking the other hand with the knuckle, and just slowly, or if you like, working knuckles like so, all the way along the jawline. Slow and mindful. It's quite easy if you can actually look in a mirror as well when you're doing this. Keeping the face nice and relaxed, the jaw nice and relaxed. And we're working all the way along that jawline towards the ear. And lastly, on the other side. And this is why it's so important to have, if you can, a really good quality oil, just so you've got that real good slip and glide, so you're not compromising the skin by dragging and pulling at it all the way along. And then again, round circular motions, a really nice light massage. Just massage that out. We worked really hard today on this masseter muscle and the jawline. So let's do a nice lymphatic drainage, so we can release all the toxins and waste within the lower part of the face as well. So with the fingers coming up and across, I like to work in a slightly upwards and outwards motion. And then above the lips, and this is really nice and light. We're moving toxins and waste within the lymph, which is very close to the surface of the skin here. So moving everything across. This will also help with glowing skin. Working our way out. Now I am 55, I'm in my mid-50s. I've been doing these facial massages and exercises for a long time, probably the last 20 odd years, and I'm really passionate to help you on your skincare journey. So please also comment and tell me how you found this exercise, and also if there's any other facial massage techniques you'd love me to share with you. So now we've worked the lymph here with just nice and light. Just want to come to the front of the ears and just very gently glide down the front of the ears, either side, where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And then behind the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes as well. And then with one hand at a time, working down that big SCM muscle down to the collarbone. I always want to swallow at this point. You literally can feel things moving along when you're doing lymphatic drainage, which is always important to do. And then from the chin all the way down where our collarbone is, just above, got those indentations. And I always like to finish off with a lymphatic drainage release, so releasing toxins and waste. Now you just want to come just above here. Sorry, I can see a dog in the background. And if you just give those a few gentle presses just above the collarbone, and this will release all the toxins and waste into the body, ready for elimination. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please consider sharing, liking and subscribing, joining my mailing list. And I do have products I really would recommend, including my kinship oil, which I absolutely love. Organic ingredients, absolutely fantastic, natural. And that's again in my description box down below. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye.